I had been coming to the canal woods for weeks trying to spot that out-of-place bird. It wasn't even a flashy bird, just a speckled thrush that didn't belong this far north. But the first time I saw it glide low over the water, something about it stuck with me. Maybe it was the way it moved, or maybe it was the feeling that it had been blown off course and ended up somewhere it wasn't supposed to be, the way I often felt when I walked there alone before the city woke up. Every morning I pulled on my boots, packed my binoculars, a small thermos of tea and a couple of crackers, and followed the same muddy path past the old notice board near the canal shelter. The board used to be full of dog walking ads and lost cat flyers, but lately it had been covered with missing person posters, mostly women and small children, faces that didn't match but somehow looked connected by the same quiet desperation. That was where I first met Gareth, the local cop, stapling up another photo with his radio hanging from his shoulder and his jacket half-zipped. "You're here again," he said without turning fully toward me. "Trying to marry that bird or catch it?" I kept my hood low and my voice soft and told him I was just watching. He tapped the top poster, a young woman and a boy beneath her. "Another one this week," he said. "Slow pattern, one here, one there, always near the canal. If you see anything strange out there, you call me." I nodded, even though at the time I didn't think I would ever be part of something that mattered. The woods looked neat from the main trail, picnic tables and butterfly signs and trimmed edges, but take a few steps off the path and everything tangles into thorn and alder and nettle. That's where I had seen the thrush last, deep enough that most people would turn back. I pushed in farther that afternoon, following the memory of its movement, when I heard the sound for the first time, a clear metallic clink that didn't belong in a place with no metal for miles. It came again, then again, sometimes to my right, sometimes behind me, sometimes ahead, like something circling but never moving. I stayed crouched and listened until I lifted my head just enough to see over a rotting log, and there it was, the thrush on a low stump, tilting its head and opening its beak to produce that same sharp clink. Thrushes can mimic, sure, but this sound was too precise, too mechanical, and there was nothing nearby it could have learned it from. The bird lifted off and glided between the branches toward a narrow strip of rock, and I followed it through the damp undergrowth until I saw it land on the rusted roof of a small shed that looked half buried in the slope.